Alright, line of scrimmage. Gold, dead even. Oh, GG. Shycept here.
Thus should get another one.
Oh, 2 for 0.
Bonk.
This actually might be meaningful. Misses the third.
So right now, Orr needs to back and go to lane. Otherwise, why? Is he going to be down off a pot? Is he just going to? Does he just regen passively, or?
Yeah, he could probably just regen all of that. Look, did he use the bomb? No. Oh.
Oh, Shycept in trouble here now. Oh, but it's
Not afraid at all. Look at her advancing through that choke on both of them. It costs her HP to even use these, so I think this is just a testament to her playstyle here. Looking to be as aggressive and as annoying as possible. Not afraid of this duo here.
Oh,
wow.
My. Oh,
just
my.
sniping the popping cock here. Kalissa's pretty fed up, but no. Okay, obviously.
So,
Nunu
but
died
forcing him into smiting the blue buff, using his smite earlier, does his clear suffer from that?
I don't think so because it's Nunu, but
yeah, so he can just chomp.
I mean, technically, yes, his clear suffers from that, right? Because it's, I don't know, Smite used a bit earlier, but I don't think it really means much. The HP she lost doing that could mean more than the Smite going down early.
And the HP that she took away from him because of Q.
Yeah, he regens it better than she will in lane. So, who knows? I like the aggressiveness, and you see her health bar pretty full. She still has her pot, so it's not like she's chonked from that and can't lane. She's still just as comfortable as she was when she was 1v2ing level 1. She misses the grasp E there. If she would have bonked him with her head there with the E, it would have done a ton of damage because it would have been a grasp E. And in lane here, if you let it charge up for a few seconds, if you watch the bonk damage here, it's going to be big. There it is. Oh, but
oh, the bonk damage from the Ornn pretty big there.
Okay.
So, weird trade there. Surprising to see her commit so hard into a trade where she's in the minion wave after taking the chunk damage from his grasp.
I think what she was trying to abuse the level 3 to level 2, and then he gets his 3 while she is advancing, and then she flashes out. So
we see Neural Network making his way over right
already
here.
level 4.
She's backing up, trying to let him push. I don't know if he sees he's going to build an item here, so maybe he doesn't actually see the Olaf.
Okay, so Neuro will go now. Does he get the flash here? Will Callistus hold it?
Nice. Okay, so good job getting the flash there. Now both top laners missing flash. Mundos will come up first. And that play might actually get the TP as well. Let's see if the Ornn TP's back to top lane here.
Okisaki having a flash here on this Nunu gank. I think that's the second time Nunu ganked here, so we see a split focus. Olaf ganking once top side, Nunu ganking multiple times bot side, so jumpers.
And that did get the TP, so flash and TP from the Ornn from that Olaf gank there. That's a pretty good result.
And Olaf will at least get Gromp here from Nunu for that bot gank. So when Nunu shows bot, it tells Olaf you can go take Gromp. Nunu needs to assume Olaf is taking his Gromp and invade Olaf's blue quadrant, right? Otherwise, the Nunu will fall behind. And you see Olaf advancing on new Wolves as well. So if Olaf gets both these camps and is able to claim his bot side camps, as we see another snowball coming in, Olaf will...
Yeah, let's get a good angle for this big
Focus is Xayah here, the flashless Xayah. So Akanar trying to body block that as Oki slowly walking away, but flashless there, sumless, and we'll go down to a third visit as we see Neural responding on the top side. So this might be a trade at the end of the day. I think Callistus is dead here because he's also flashless. So we see both junglers trading halves on the map here, and Nunu does go ahead and invade Olaf's bottom quadrant.
Which is not too bad. We did, right before that, Olaf had taken the top quadrant for Nunu's jungle. So a little bit of vertical jungling going on here, as well as the pressure that's going top. So what's this kind of like snowball into here? Do they continue to vertical jungle and Olaf continue to focus on top, or does Olaf now need to start looking towards bot side and looking to counter gank this Nunu?
So if you're Olaf, you try and take 3 quadrants, both of yours and the enemy's top quadrant. As long as that flashes down on Callistus, he can't really play too far up. Another thing, we're seeing Drake go down here, right? That's bad news for Cleveland State, but next neutral objective to fight over is Herald at 8 minutes. So if you're Olaf, you want to be fighting for that Herald with the advantages you got yourself, as you see him purchasing items here, and he will go Warrior. So use that early kill and flash this top laner to try and get Herald at 8 minutes. So he'll probably path his bot quadrant to his top quadrant to Kent State's top quadrant, and right about then will be 8 minutes. He'll go ahead and look for that Scuttle Crab, and then...
I like this play here because it looks like Mundo's looking... since Olaf has to go and get his bot quadrant to make his way top, it looks like Mundo is going to look to pick up that Scuttle. That way they know they have it for when they're looking for the Rift.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And instead of letting Nunu get it. But Nunu's bot side anyway. I wonder if Nunu's going to look for another gank here. Maybe clear his chickens and then look for something. His red is up. And let me actually add these objective timers here so us and the viewers can see it. So we do see his red is coming up in 45 seconds, so I'm wondering if Nunu's going to clear chickens, then red, and then with 5.
Yeah, if Nunu heads up there, he just needs to be really careful because Olaf will clap him out. And that's the big thing there. So I think if you're Nunu, just spam gank bot and avoid the Olaf. But I was actually wrong about Olaf's pathing. We see him here giving bot lane a look. There's no camps to take for either jungler here, so Olaf's going to clear ward, and to be efficient, he'll have to leave this quadrant as soon as possible. Or if Raptors come up as he's going to check them and he takes them, that'd be pretty ballsy. But you have a Diana with you. Is Olaf on Raptors? No, they're down and warded, so they see him.
So getting chunked pretty hard there from the Olaf.
He will all in the Nunu. Oh, okay, so Olaf forced a flash out, but then we see a one-on-one in the mid lane where Vel'Koz wins it out. Morgana kills Olaf and Vel'Koz kills Diana. A losing situation for Cleveland State. Really well played by Geshelik here to win out that 1v1 that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Actually would look bad for him, doesn't. Shy stepped here. Maybe enough damage here to burn down Callistus. Will do that. And Okisaki actually turning a 1v2 into a 1-for-1, so trading
giving
across.
The kill over to Morgana. That is pretty good to a certain extent because now we do see that Morgana is 3-0. Is that going to be an issue for this bot lane here because she's going to be smacking with those Qs?
I just think you're thankful that none of the 3 have gone to the Ashe.
That's okay. So that was my other point is, you know, yeah, we don't want any going over to Ashe, but now you do have a 3-0 Morgana, and Morgana, you know, can do damage if she gets ahead.
And she can build CDR, right, with that gold, and then more CDRs, more bindings, and more actually carrying from more, so yeah, possible. But,
yeah, and so a good play coming out from Jessic because, like I said, you know, this is a terrible matchup for him. We didn't get to see the whole play of how it played out, but I'm wondering how he was able to sufficiently handle the damage from Diana. I'm assuming he used his barrier on it, and that's what got him the kill in that play.
Mundo TP comes out, will engage on Sir Poppincock, who I believe is flashless, and will drop here to possibly Neural in the rundown. Oh, he did have flash. Shysta flashes, but Sir Poppincock flashes as well. We're watching a 2v2 bot that results in a plate. That's nice. I guess each situation is disengaged, right? Otherwise, this spectator wouldn't be showing us bot right now. So
yep, I see on the minimap we did see both teams kind of spread out after a couple of those flashes went off. I think there was a little bit of a misplay on the flashes there. I wonder if he was trying to get over the wall from the blue buff or if he really was just flashing into the brush to avoid the Q slow and just get out of vision.
Either way, it was Mundo flash traded for Nunu flash, if I'm not mistaken. So not too bad there. Really volatile in the river there when that crab came up. You saw the pink in the pixel brush for Cleveland State and then a pink in the river little cut brush.
So we see
St.
Vel'Koz. Shysub needs to be careful here because if the Vel'Koz does get a good angle, she's half health and he could melt her at this point in the game. If I'm Diana here, though, I would know that, okay, he doesn't have flash, he doesn't have barrier, and I wanted to look for something soon. Maybe that's why Vel'Koz was purposely avoiding lane in that scenario.
I gotcha. Ooh, look at this dirty, dirty proxy. Shysub engaging with a cleaver. We'll just walk Callistus back to the turret, but actually let the minion wave go, right? So when you're proxying like that, what's most important is actually getting those minions, and if any of them die without her getting XP, then it probably wasn't worth. And here comes St. Ed's starting up the Drake, and they will TP in their Ornn.
No TP here.
And that makes it pretty easy for Cleveland State to just concede because they're also getting that TP, right? So maybe first turret going to Shysub tier. Could be a win that they get for that. I don't think that TP was even needed. As we see a 1v3 situation for Born, and he will flash out of there really nicely,
Eing past the snowball to avoid the knockup and then flashing away. Well played, great escape. Maybe now they're looking to make their way towards top, but we did see right there off camera, Olaf did pick up the Rift Herald. And now we're going to see a 2v2 as this turret goes down. I think this is in the favor of CSU.
It is 100%. The Olaf team smacks this fight. Oh, they have to disengage. The Vel'Koz R will last tick on Neural as he escapes.
So I did say it looked like favor of CSU, but I did not see the Vel'Koz coming, and neither did they.
Yeah. Yep, that 2v2 goes to Mundo Olaf every time, but if Vel'Koz is there to disintegrate Ray, then that changes that story.
I said but I don't actually even know what that's called. I played that champion for like 500 games.
What is it called? Disintegration Ray? Something?
I call it laser beam.
Laser beam. That's good enough for today. That's what I'll use.
If you don't know what we're referring to when we say laser beam, you probably need glasses.
Shysub getting hit up by some CC. We see the ult ticking. I think she gets walked down here. Everything that's hitting her slowing her, but we see the regen. This is actually... Oh, because she's flashless, the shutdown goal will go over to Jessica.
Man, and that just felt like the walk of shame. It just felt like forever, and everyone's eyes were on it. And, you know, you just couldn't look away.
Literal no boots. There's her leather boots. Okay, never mind. I think she will buy some leather boots on this recall, but without boots there, unable to escape despite the move speed from the Dr. Mundo R, and really nice pickup for Geshik, who putting on a performance here on this Vel'Koz as Lulu gets Ash's enchanted arrow. Olaf here to support. She did drop the Herald after all. Herald gets a few plates, and that's about it.
So kind of an unfortunate Herald play there. We had no vision of Morgana or Nunu. Unfortunately, they were walking up past Krugs as he dropped the Herald, and I think they were looking for like a 1v3 up on the Ashe to force her off tower with the Herald. Didn't work out as planned, but still getting the plates, so not terrible.
This is a pretty dead even game. Maybe advantage to Kent State at this point as we see Okisaki, the aggressor here. Flash from Morgana, heal from Okisaki. They're turning on to the Morg to deal with her. I think she might stopwatch. No, goes down to Okisaki. Huge shutdown for Zaya as we see the fight develop with Shysub chasing down Sir Poppincock on the Nunu. Looks pretty free. That cleaver hitting is really important. Gets the R. He's at about 100 HP, but now Shysub face to face with Geshik on the Vel'Koz. Seems to be eating so much damage, giving the time for Cleveland State. Advance away. Neural with the axe onto the Ashe. Shysub still not done. Eating everything at this point with absolutely no care as they will advance.
We were talking about the running it down. You could just run at them.
Yeah.
If you get to a certain point, it's extremely hard to deal with.
You make a good point, Trifolge. I think the rundown comp, we're starting to see early glimpses of what it could look like. Shysub without Mercs, so happy to eat CC for full duration, knowing that already at one item and Tabby's really hard to take down.
So despite the 2 dragons on the side of St. Ed's, we do see a 4K gold lead, or about a 3K gold lead for CSU here, as well as 2 towers. So
what's crucial here is the shutdown onto the Xayah, right? Okisaki having a quiet game up until that point. It seemed like their bot lane, Akranar and Okisaki, may have been shut down by the Ashe Morgana, right? You saw 3 kills going over to Dark Akemi, but that's not ideal. And getting back into the game is Okisaki with that shutdown, able to complete his Essence Reaver. And I gotta say, a lot of this is off the back of the sheer aggression from Shysep and Neural here.
Yeah, we're seeing her looking for a lot of plays in this game, starting from literally the moment we loaded into the match. Right. She was up in their jungle, throwing the cleavers, getting a couple bonks.
Has not stopped.
Yeah.
No, but I gotta say, Geshik's here, smurfing on the
So right here, we can watch the size up here. Okay, she's not getting too aggressive here because the dragon's coming up.
Massive Drake here. Cleveland State conceding the first 2, but not willing to give up the third. They don't want to see St. Edward's on Drake soul point, right? So posturing as if it's all going to go down right here. We see Diana in top lane, but has TP. And who will engage? Probably St. Edward's, right? With maybe a Callissus ulti, Sir Popping Cock. Maybe running it down with a snowball. We'll have to see. But Borna in damaging that tier 2 top turret without a response here. It means that they should pull on the dragon now, so they do. We're looking for a TP from Diana to come in as Ornn will start things off with the ulti. Hits both bot lane members. Arrow goes wide. Shysep chasing down the jungler as Neural runs in. Blue team gets it because it's Nunu. Neural will take down Ashe with him. And also Nunu, I think red team wins this fight out. That's Cleveland State stomps the fight, and as members drop, they probably should be talking about what to get after this. Do they chase the Ornn? Do they look Baron? Do they look mid lane? But really nice fight from Cleveland State. I think funneling into the Drake pit was St. Edward's, and I think that ultimately was their downfall as multi-members dropped really quick.
Yeah, so I think what happened there was they felt really safe with Diana shoving the top wave. I almost was thinking myself that Diana was stalling too long on the TP. She stayed to get the top lane tier 2 tower. If I'm correct, that's the tier 2 tower. And so they thought, okay, let's fight it out. I don't know if they even knew the timing on her TP, so maybe they thought since she wasn't on her way already that she didn't have it and wasn't coming. So it was their chance to look for the fight. But the TP came in late, showed up late to the fight like we said he wants to.
And probably then put in a ton of work. That's probably why that fight was a hard fight to call because I think of Born In's explosiveness. I was watching Neural Network kind of ravage the Nunu and the Ashe, right, as cleanup duty. In the meantime, everybody disappears. We should get another look at how Geshik went down because if it was Born In getting the best of Geshik there, then that's massive for the game because until that point, Geshik was kind of smurfing on this Vel'Koz. Champ who can 1v9 games, and it was starting to look like that could have been a possibility. Neural Network face-checking Morgana will eat a binding and R away.
So despite all of that and the fight going over to CSU, St. Ed's did pick up the Mountain Drake there, unfortunately.
Oh, true. So yeah, third Drake puts him on soul point, and I see some trolls in the chat just trolling, so I won't even read that. No, I'm kidding.
Did we say they were going to look Baron
here? I did. Yeah, save it for Twitter. Trolls, I'm just kidding. I know those people. They're great people, and yes, they should not have looked for Baron at 17 minutes. Neither should you at home, kids. Oki will have to R the Ashe arrow. Does
and a big stun!
But flashes into the snowball with the Vel'Koz ult. We see Shysep in the backline tanking tons of damage. I think Cleveland State wins this.
Yep, and here's Born In going up late.
The cleanup, Neural Network and Shysep just too huge. Both teams actually hitting combos there that looked really nice. The bot lane drops for Cleveland State, but 3 members for St. Edward's.
The huge Flash Xayah E pulled in all the feathers from her ult, stunning 4 members of St. Ed's. Freaking huge. And then Born In showing up late, full HP, ready to clean up some kills, and winning it over for the side of CSU. And what a great play. The Xayah stun there by far took that fight by storm. And a good play by Okisaki there.
I'm so happy you caught that try because I actually missed what the purpose of the flash was. He flashed, in doing that, he splashed right into a snowball.
He was flashing into the angle that he needed to stun everybody with the E.
True, but in doing that, he was hit by a snowball immediately with a Vel'Koz R ticking on him. But you could argue it worked. So if that, I didn't see the 4-man stun. It looked to me like a bit of a sus flash. So I'm glad you pointed that out. But 3 for 2, and the name of the game here is you have a gold lead, but your enemy is on soul point for Cleveland State, right? So how do you maneuver the map and prevent that soul, what is it? I'm sorry, Mountain Soul for going over to St. Edwards.
Yeah, and that's an extremely scary thing going over to them. You don't want to have the Mountain Soul, honestly, on either teams here. So I think CSU needs to put that on the top of their priority list, is not to let them get the string.
Shyseth in a 2v1. I don't think either of these champs will ever kill the Mundo. It's all about the backup. We see the 2-man unit from Cleveland State rotating over, as well as the 3-man from St. Edwards. So,
and wow, big damage on that Vel'Koz already. Chunking Atronard there for about a third of his HP off of 1 Q.
Alright, so safe to say Drake is the focus of both teams. TPs are down for everybody except the top laners from each team, but it looks like both tops going to walk to this. Neither top here looking to pressure the side lane and TP in response. I think this is because they're both tanks, right? And tanks like to be at fights early. Fighters and assassins like to come a bit late.
Big angle coming out there, another third of Lulu's HP here, and they got to be careful of those angles that this Vel'Koz can get from firing into the Dragon Pit. Another one hitting Okisaki, chunking him down to about a third of his HP. This is huge for this fight here.
Those need to be shielded by the Lulu or something. You can't let your AD drop to that. It should also go. Ooh, they're trying to pick out Born in here.
Okay, so we get the Diana Flash as well as the Ash Arrow from St. Ed. So he was looking for a flank there. Unfortunately, they turned on him, but maybe the arrow is enough. Getting that arrow is enough for them to take this fight.
I don't know. Okisaki actually so low here. The Vel'Koz is both putting in work. Over the top, we see Shysep going in 1v5. Neural will go in as well, but instantly drops. Here's the Born in follow-up. The ulti will get one. Will Callistus go down as well? That's a double kill. Okisaki actually managed to kite the fight out. And we'll drop the Morgana, but
so missing that E there is detrimental. I think he's going to go down here.
Yeah, he has the Lulu, and then we'll fight to the death, but eventually we'll drop, and that's Mountain Soul over to St. Edwards. So, woo!
What a play there!
Yeah,
very wild.
That started with you know, the Vel'Koz and the Ornn ultis come in, right? And then Shysep forced to pretty much engage and do what her champ does best, right? Goes in 1v5. Neural looking to follow her up, but drops instantly before he can get any of that crazy Olaf healing off, right? So the Vel'Koz damage just too crazy for that situation. Too much poke beforehand as well.
Yeah, I think...
Wait a second. Shysep chasing Sir Poppincock away from the Drake.
So actually a huge play there, that TP. I don't know if
wait, Neural's here. It's 50-50 right now who gets it. Neural chasing Turtle down will get him. Does he fall though? Shysep the brick wall that those members had to Born it in with the follow-up, takes out the Poppincock. That's their smite. And Cleveland State will actually deny this Mountain Soul that we thought was going over for free, as multiple members from Cleveland State chasing St. Edwards units into their base so that Neural can take this Drake.
So actually huge play there by Shysep to TP in. Stalling the Drake out, giving enough time for Olaf to get there, and giving enough time for Diana. I think Diana did TP there. So 2 TPs in to prevent them from getting that dragon. I think it was a well done play.
Oh yeah.
Extremely important, potentially saving the game
for sure.
Cleveland State.
And we missed that big. I missed that, knowing that.
So I don't know why. We have some bugged audio here. I hear the Zonias anytime we pan over the Morgana. Hopefully,
Jesus.
I still hear it here. Nothing we can do about that. That's a client issue. So maybe it'll reset once she's back, or once the Zonia comes off cooldown.
Maybe the next time she uses it, it'll actually end. But yeah, I missed those TP timers, right? I thought it was going to be a free soul for St. Edwards, but huge game-saving effort from Shysept and Born into solo laners from Cleveland State to
great
keep
play.
this game.
Yeah, so talking about the initial fight is, I think the main deciding factor in St. Ed's winning that fight was the poke damage that Vel'Koz was laying down on Lulu and Zaya. I mean, it was too huge. Starting at the fight out both at roughly half HP was just, detrimental for that engagement.
Definitely, but Okisaki doing a pretty good job fighting despite that low HP. If he gets this IE right and has Lulu with him and is not poked out, I think that's I could do a ton of work in these fights.
So Vel'Koz here staying way in the back. I'm wondering why. Are they thinking that CSU might look for an engagement here and he's just staying safe? But
Mage players, man, I don't know how they don't die, but maybe sitting behind your tier
maybe all you got to do is sit 2 towers back.
Right. Maybe that's the secret to how to play mages, because when I play them, I just walk them down and die. I go for damage per minute, and it's usually not the way to do it. Yeah, I don't really like the posturing here from St. Edwards. I think they're kind of like grouping and looking as a group to catch S5. They're not playing the whole map here at once. And it sort of looks like...
So I don't know about that, though, because they do have a very strong... they're looking for the CC. They're looking for the ults from Vel'Koz. Like
as I say that, big punish. They will take out Neural and Shysept pretty much for free. I think Neural probably didn't expect it to be all 5, maybe, and just runs in 1v5, dies. Shysept, same thing, and that was a pretty scary sight because they both dropped pretty quick. And they're supposed to be the tanks. We'd see Okisaki hitting mid turret, right?
Yeah.
So possibly giving over Baron here.
Let's I hope it goes back. I want to see what Born to Int is looking for here, posturing outside of the Baron pit. Is he going to go for a Desperado play here, or just the Q?
He looks and gets arrow, but Baron will go over. Since they're ahead in gold and everything, this Baron, not the end of the world, but definitely almost best case for St. Ed's, right, to get back into the game. So yeah, pretty bad series of play from Cleveland State. Just the Olaf and the Dr. Mundo doing their jobs at the wrong time, because they are supposed to go in 1v5, but not when they're alone, just the 2 of them. So we'll get punished by giving Baron over, but we still see that Diana and Zaya there farming along just well. Fine.
Yeah, and I think the next thing that Cleveland State is going to be looking at here is, again, the Mountain Soul coming back up in a minute. They're going to want to do whatever they can to prevent that. Unfortunately, St. Ed's is going to have the Baron during that fight. I think we've talked about this before on our own time, and we said maybe that what we're worried about Baron is not necessarily the stat bonuses you get from it, but it's all about the minions. So hopefully that's not going to make or break the fight here at the Dragon. But I'm curious to see. We do see Cleveland State posturing over by there, trying to get control of the river in the pit, and maybe they'll look for a fight here. I'm not really sure.
They will contest this soul, is my belief. I don't think the Baron will dissuade them. And
you see them posturing in the river here, kind of, potentially had a flank on them.
And there goes the Ragnarok.
So maybe you need to turn right now after that ult. So now they have no Vel'Koz ult, which was a huge deciding factor for the fight. Yeah, you don't have Olaf ult, but what do you? If you stall until the Olaf ult is back, then Vel'Koz is going to have his as well.
Well, Cleveland State are in position to pull on the Dragon first, and I think that's what they'll do.
Okay.
Shysept,
especially if they run down the Shysept here, Cleveland State.
But they could just siege mid, but she gets away, and Born in with a huge Diana engage. Multiple Zanyas going off here. It's just a giant pit. The Nunu ulti doing work too. Double kill goes to Zaya, but then she'll eventually drop. Born in still alive, trying to DPS. Shysept of all members is alive and healthy. A triple goes over to Turtle here on the Ashe, who was able to DPS that fight, and that was just all. It felt like all 10 members in that circle there.
Really
hitting Zanyas and blowing up. Eventually a 3 for 3, right? So Mundo and Lulu living, and then Ornn and Ashe. So if Ornn and Ashe here can go take this Drake, that will be soul. But Again, Shysep with TP. Born it in with TP, so Shysep might look to TP first to stop this. Born it in with the follow-up. Or she doesn't have to, I'm sorry. Mundo running. Might not get there in time.
So well, I'll wait till this fight is over, but...
And that's so okay. A bit anticlimactic there. Just
yeah, so my initial thought was when they were running down Shysep, she was probably going to walk away from that with her ult and everything. Maybe they should have bursted Dragon. It was up when they were running down Shysep mid. If they had let Shysep die or get away, maybe they could have taken the Dragon before St. Ed's even realized what was happening and then all have reset safely.
Yeah, I think in hindsight that's...
Because what was more important, killing them there or securing Dragon? Obviously, if they kill them there, then they secure the Dragon. But in hindsight, it didn't work out that way. So
I think it was a pretty good look to fight. I think you can argue both sides because if the enemy team is 5 focusing your Mundo and using abilities and have their eyes on that champ, and you can get a Diana with a really nice angle, I think you do take that as Cleveland State.
Yeah.
And so Born it in with a nice engage.
Yeah, and I'm sure if we looked at it back play-by-play there, we would see potentially mistakes that changed, had the fight going in a bad direction for Cleveland State. I'm not sure what happened with Okisaki there, getting extremely chunked out and flashing away. Was he right on top of that Diana ult when everyone went in? Did he walk too far up and have poor positioning? I was focusing on the Diana, but when I noticed Okisaki, he was flashing out of that big dog pile and already dying, and already dead. Basically.
It was probably like Nunu R and one of Vel'Koz's abilities made him, because you should not be in that circle. You should not be in the Nunu ult. You should not be in the range of the Diana. I know it's your teammate, but you should be like letting that situation kind of diffuse and then
DPSing front to back.
Yeah. Or maybe he tried womboing with his R on top of it, right, to add to the combo, and then now he has no
And then he's
R
too deep, doesn't have the peel to get away.
Yeah.
Probably R, then E. He uses the ultimate, then pulls it in for the stun, but they're all 3 of them are Zonias because they're trying to avoid the Diana wombo.
Yep.
So
you know what? Really great play here from St. Edwards. I got to give him credit getting that soul after that first Baron. They're coming back in game 2 and saying we are not going 2-0 easy peasy. We're actually putting up a hell of a fight here. We see Ornn items coming in. Super IE for Ashe, and Vel'Koz probably going to have a super death cap or something. That's going to be really scary.
Yeah, Ashe is getting up there. I mean, she's looking at completing full build with a GA. After this, and she's going to be extremely intimidating at that point.
Yep, and that Mountain Soul as well. Just extra health bars.
Baron up in 10 seconds, by the way. 5 seconds now. So we see both teams posturing to look for this. Vel'Koz running from base directly towards Baron.
And I think this is a pretty awkward game state, not going to lie, with no neutral here for another... or other than Baron, right? So it's just a dance at Baron for the next 2 minutes or so until Elder's up, and then maybe Cleveland State splitting the map with their double TP because St. Edward's only having 1 TP. Could be a way to do it, but just a bit of a Baron dance for now. Not sure if either team wants to pull the trigger.
So good decision there. Missed the cleaver and then just kind of back off. I wasn't sure, she looked for the rundown there or what, but...
See, Mikhail's come from Lulu on a binding. Okisaki getting pressured by the abilities of St. Edwards here.
Yeah, so the main thing is they got to watch out for the angles from this Vel'Koz. I think that's been the deciding factor in a lot of these fights is, those Qs, they smack. Like, you don't want to get hit by those when you're posturing for a fight.
Oh, they big smack.
They big smack. Those are some thick.
For 3, that's like the hardest 3 items you can hit with. Because super death cap, Luden's...
And then the burn afterwards.
Yeah. So Lulu needs to be spot on shielding as much of that.
Oh,
damage
and we
as
see an
possible.
Ashe ult coming out.
It will hit Born to Int.
Not really sure what the purpose of that was, but were they just trying to cancel the back there? They had vision of him. They want to cancel back. I don't really know.
I'm not really sure either. Pressure mounting, right? People
Yeah.
just ulting, canceling backs. So you see Zaya recall. She's now 3 items, working on her first Zeal item, which will be actually a nice power spike for her. To get that Zeal item and be able to fire off those crits a lot quicker after building 3 non-attack speed items will be really nice. So probably a rapid coming in there, and we see a bounty still over the head of Okisaki. So is this going to be a Zaya Lulu game where Zaya just
I'm hoping we
dominate?
can see that. I mean, like I'm saying, the Ashe is becoming intimidating with her full build, but you know, same could be said for the side of Cleveland State. I mean, we are reaching. This is a 36-minute game now. We do see items coming together. I think we are
It's
one
just
item
Elder
away
now.
from full build on Mundo. That's going to be intimidating. Ashe, yeah, can burn him down and soak in the Vel, but it's going to take a lot of effort.
Definitely. Here we go with the 5 stack on the Pixel Brush here. Getting spot out from Cleveland State. This Elder is everything for both teams, actually. Eyes on Neural running in there to smite, but he is up against a Nunu. Some poke damage coming up. Callistus goes in with the knockup onto Olaf. He will just run right through onto the Ashe. Here comes the damage. Shicept as well. Ashe has to flash out. And a double kill to Morgana. I think St. Edwards wins this fight. We see Okisaki able to DPS finally with some Lulu shields as Born to Int will drop Callistus with a huge 2-man knockup. I mean, St. Edwards will be able to claim the soul here, the Elder, and probably march straight to Baron and maybe even look to close this game out with an insane front-to-back scaling comp.
So what a, like, the Ashe there gets away with the flash, still has stopwatch, didn't even have to burn the stopwatch there. Now they're looking to take Baron. They're gonna get it for free. It's looking like it's over for CSU in game 2 of this best of 3.
Yeah, the dive of Olaf and Mundo, not enough at 36 minutes in the game, right? You need to also have Diana there. If your focus is Ashe, you need to have that burst damage, right? The Diana
I think
probably...
Diana needs to play for the flank. She can't play with the team. If
Yeah.
Olaf and Mundo are running down the back line, you still do have those big tank and CC threats on St. Ed's. She can't follow up. She needs to come from the rear and flank from a better angle.
Because while Mundo and Olaf can run through the front line, Diana cannot. So Diana needs to have had a more of a
And
quick
Cleveland State
path.
has the right idea. Like, Olaf did everything he could there with Mundo to get onto that Ashe. Doing what they can. Ashe at this point, full build with the Ornn Infinity Edge. That's just a huge problem for them.
Yeah, the Vel'Koz is going to be an issue too. I think he's working on Void Staff, and it's going to make the tanky members of Cleveland State look not so tanky.
As well as he has the Death Cap buffed with the Ornn item. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah, Callistus, I gotta say, putting work in with this Ornn. I've seen multi-man knockups, multi-man ultimates here. Just a huge presence for his front-to-back comp. Cleveland State will give up one inhibitor. They might just 5-man mid, march it down. Binding will hit the Dr. Muno is forced to ulti and run. Nunu channel gets Elder buff on multi-members here. Can they wave clear Neural Network? Olaf not the best champion in this situation. Up against Elder Baron, this is going to be a tough defend. A lot of it has to do with the Okisaki wave clear, right? See the Zaya in the top left, getting zoned away by spells.
I think it's too hard for Okisaki to walk up here at all.
And Born to Int will drop before ulti can even channel. Double kill to Nunu, and this is going to be a game 3 after a 40-minute back and forth barn burner from where St. Edwards Esports will fight back, they'll punch back, they'll clap back. It's a 1-1 series now. Cleveland State